Hello, YouTube. YouTube, hello. Yeah, it snowed. It's cold here right now. I have my camera open. Let me see. Yeah. So we have some snow on the way home. And I just wanted to pop in here real quick to talk about the idea of ideas. I know that my videos are very odd or different, not like every other YouTuber, which is great because I just heard somebody that does YouTube videos talking about how everybody else does the same stuff. Even though he was on YouTube doing the same stuff as other YouTubers. I was like, well, how many do you watch? We're not all the same. So anyways, the idea is amplifiers. I need some feedback and ideas on amplifiers. I'm going to probably make the thumbnail a comparison this versus this, so you're going to see this video, and that's what I'm talking about. I was pretty invested in Rotel amplifiers. I have a Rotel preamp. I have the Rotel CD11 Tribute. Rest in peace, Ken Nishiwada. And thank you very much to the engineers out there that try their best and their passions to make the products that reveal music to us. Now, I was pretty comfortable with the idea of going with Rotel. My eyes fairly fixed on the Michi line because it's the top of the line, provides the best power, the most power, the best quality. And I was comfortable with going in that direction. I may pick up something else in a different line between now and then, but I was pretty set in my ways. Over this weekend, I got to talk with Ed and Ian, or Ed at EQ Audio Video here in Toronto, or north of Toronto, and Ian, the representative for Focal Name Americas. And we got into this discussion about a different brand, and it kind of opened my mind to the idea of mixing and matching equipment. So that's one question. What do you think of mixing and matching? And two, what do you think of musical fidelity? What do you think of Rotel? So Rotel is the brand that I have right now, and musical fidelity hit my radar in a pretty big way because Ed and Ian know quite a bit about them, and they are also part of a distribution loop. So musical fidelity has a M8 series, the 8 series or M8 series, and their stereo and monoblock amps fit right into the system that I wanted to build. They're a little less expensive than the Rotel. They give a little bit better specs as far as total harmonic distortion, maybe less watts per channel than the Michi, but definitely a little bit higher than their RMB lines for Rotel. Now, the whole point of the video is not to say that one's better than the other, because I honestly don't know, and how would you test such a thing? But my perspective here is, I had one idea, and I started to think about things in a different way and possibilities, and being open to the idea of changing my mind, changing the direction I was in. Instead of being fixated on one thing, being stubborn and following whatever I had on my mind first, maybe I can come up with a different plan, and maybe I can mix and match my equipment. So is that sacrilegious? Do I need to buy power amps that match my preamp? Is that how it goes? How is the musical fidelity going to sound in my room with the Rotel preamp? Now I have the CD11. The preamp sounds great. I have a Weem Pro Plus streamer now in the mix. I'm using the DAC inside the Rotel, which is the Texas Instruments 32-bit DAC. It does do 386 or 3, I can't remember what it is, via USB, so it does have a high bit rate sampling with the USB input, which I'm not using because the CD player and the streamer are connected via coaxial, but I do get 192 bits. Or 192 kilohertz 24-bit resolution for high-res files. So, power amps are a different story. All of that kind of signal processing is going to go into the amps, and then we're going to get gain stage, input impedance, speaker, what's it called? Speaker impedance balancing, so damping factor, things like that. How much of a difference am I going to hear between one amp and the other? That's the next journey. I wanted to come on here and just talk about it real quick. Leave it to you to comment and let me know, what do you think of musical fidelity and what do you think of Rotel amplifiers? I will be using the Rotel RC1590 Mark II preamp for the foreseeable future, but musical fidelity, it will be the musical fidelity M8 M700 monoblock, or I think it's the S500 stereo, and the Michi, which are a little bit more expensive, would be the S5 stereo amp or the M8 monoblocks. Obviously, stereo amp only one, monoblocks I would have to buy two. So I think I'm going to start with the stereo and then maybe go from there, but we'll see. So anyways, I'm going to leave it to you. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've heard either one of the brands, if you know anything about them from the industry, from experience, from stories, and we'll see what happens next. I'm open to ideas. I like exploring ideas, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. See you guys in the next one.